welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us down under in the beachside city of Melbourne, Australia. Tonight, hard to believe, our final Thursday night game of the year, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tigers of Sacramento taking on the Huskies of Melbourne. Their last time out, trying to get back in the win column here. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. But you look at this defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice game.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal.
Cowboy 80.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead they run up the middle here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
At the 8-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Operating from the gun. Knowles on the up. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Huskies put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on some few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Sacramento first down.
Back to throw again. Again, it's Johnson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
At the 48-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wallace. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here is third down and 4.
It's now third and 4.
Set up a throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Huskies offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they can score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Ali going to try the right side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
First down.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
it. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Sacramento with the football here as we get set to begin quarter 2. As they go to work on a first and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Tigers are an extra point away from evening this one up. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Huskies offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks.
Here we go. Viking 18.
Throwing to start the drive. Knowles. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
19.
Back to throw. Knowles. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1.
Ready.
And Walker has it. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Loss of a yard.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
60 by 6.
They'll start on the ground. Here's Ali. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! Rashid Ali with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
60 by 6.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And the Sacramento 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one complete to Burnett. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
19.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 14
and they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go with Mack here up the middle and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Tigers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he returns this to the 22. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. And that's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield,
he's to the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Tigers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Melbourne's offense back out on the field now. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they're able to get this one across the 45. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go! Johnny Lions! Ready,
and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go, Jack.
Off play action. Knowles. Pass complete. Restrepo. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now they'll change things up.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Knowles. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up the routes quickly as well.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
49-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Throw left side complete. That's Burnett.
And the Sacramento 1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Sacramento.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete to Burnett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Tigers.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This a give to Mack running to the right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
That's complete right around the 8. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Tigers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 35, here's second down and 1.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Again, it's Ali. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's good for a Melbourne. First down.
60 Eagles, 60
First
Eagles.
and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Knowles. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Cougar 19. Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this is caught. Touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Huskies are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive there of just 4 plays. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They're going to look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there.
Them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
They'll run on first down. Townsend. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third and 6.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. Knowles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2nd and 14. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And a Sacramento first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Antonio Johnson makes the stop.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go. 79.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th.
Now 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Johnson Wilson's got it complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The play he just made, a one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Tigers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14.
Huskies 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
A give running left, Ali. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Knowles. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
On 1st down, Milton. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Here we go, Scott.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, break.
2nd and 10.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Off play action. Knowles. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Let's go now. 70 line. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Milton. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the bootleg. Knowles. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
60 Bison. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Good for a Melbourne 1st down.
And with the scoreboard against him here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there, finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets him up with 1st and goal.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a loss of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Looking to throw. Knowles. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Knowles. And it's caught. Touchdown. Charlie Warner. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Huskies have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Sacramento's offense once more.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Mack. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Wallace. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll drop to throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go, Sack. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have